Just check everything is going well. Okay, then good morning, everybody. Here in Italy is about 11 and 10. This is my pleasure to introduce to you our master degree in computer engineering here in Politecnico di Torino. My name is Ernesto Sanchez. I'm the delegate for the computer engineering master degree and bachelor degree. Together with me in the classroom, there is also the director of the Collegio, who is Professor Maurizio Rebaudengo, and we too will try to answer to your many questions related to our degree. Just please notice for the persons that are entering now that we will mainly answer to the academic questions. Notice that some administrative questions are far from what we can answer to you. We will try in any way to collect all your questions and try to propose to the appropriate persons that by sure will answer to them as faster as possible. Then, as you know, we would like to talk about our master degree in computer engineering. And then if we start trying to define a master degree in computer engineering, what we can say is that the idea of this master degree is to study the computer systems from the hardware and software point of view, focusing in the design of the system, the development on the system, and the maintenance of the system, without letting in a different part the final user and the networks that will be correlated with these systems. Then computer systems, as you know, are very complex, and this is what you will learn here with us in Torino in our master degree program. The presentation that I will propose to you in the following minutes will by first try to briefly describe our master degree course, and I will check together with you some of the main goals, didactical goals that we will propose to our students, showing you what are, for example, the opportunities for your future careers, and which is the actual organization that we propose to all our students in Politecnico di Torino. As mentioning before, the first part of the presentation is recorded. The second one, where we will open for questions, will not be recorded. Then, if you have questions, please write them in the classroom chat, and we will try to answer to all of them at the end of the session. Okay? Which are the educational goals that we would like to propose to you? As you may notice, we try to cover most of the different possible aspects related with computer engineering. Of course, since computer engineering is pervading our lives, it is very difficult to try to cover all the different possibilities. In any case, and as we will see, we will propose to you different specializations tracks where you will be able to select the most important or the most part that you like in computer engineering, and you will follow different courses according to this in our university. You may notice that we cover very different goals. For example, hardware infrastructure, operating systems and database, machine learning, software design, cloud computing, human computer interface, multimedia, artificial intelligence, robotics. Then notice that we have a lot of different possibilities here. In addition, we open a new specialization this year that is related with bioinformatics and life sciences. Then, as you will notice, there are many possibilities for any one of you in our different tracks. Our master degree program tries, as mentioned at the very beginning, to study the complexity of the information systems. And let's just remember that information systems are based on 4 different aspects, very relevant aspects: hardware aspects, software, networks, and the user. We will emphasize the most of our lectures and laboratories on the methodologies to solve problems. Of course, we will try to follow the pace of the new technologies that, as you know, in computer engineering changes very, very fast. And practically speaking, we have very interesting novelties every day. Then we will follow the pace of the new technologies, but we will focalize on the methodologies that we will use in order to solve the different problems that we will propose to you. The most of the courses we will propose to you has 2 main aspects: theory and practice, and we will try to provide to you the possibilities to do a lot of different practice experiences in order to better acquire the different knowledge that we would like to propose to you. We think that from our point of view, a computer engineer is a person that is able to solve problems while building things. This is our main focus on our master degree. The master degree is organized in 7 different tracks or 7 different specializations paths that I will briefly introduce in a second. The most of our courses are video recorded, and this was done even before the pandemic situation that you by sure remember that we suffered in the previous years. For the most of the courses that we will propose to you, we have the possibility to follow the course in English as well as in Italian. Of course, for most of them, you will have the possibility to follow or in English or Italian. It depends actually on you, but there are some courses that are only provided in English and very few courses that are only provided in Italian. In addition, we have many collaboration with different universities around the world, and then you will notice that you will have the possibility to follow some, let's say, experiences traveling and getting other courses in different universities. As mentioned before, we are mainly oriented to theory and practice. The practice part is very important for us. Then the most of the courses has a consistent time in laboratories, and we try to involve you in the most of the cases on following laboratories. Finally, as you will check, following a computer engineering course today, especially here in Politecnico, will open many opportunities for a future job. And we are very proud of this, and we will propose also some possibilities. This is the structure of the program courses that you will follow here. Notice that the master degree is basically provided on 4 different semesters. That means 2 years. And for these 2 years, what we propose to you is this organization. First of all, we will have some mandatory courses. Mandatory courses means that for every one of the different tracks, as mentioned before, we have 7 different tracks. For every one of these tracks, you have some common courses. For example, computer architecture, database engineering, and so on and so forth. These kind of courses that are the main track in our computer engineering program will be followed for all of you. Then, for any one of the specialization tracks, we will propose to you a series of 3 to 5 specific courses that will give you the most important information related to the specialization track that you are following. Then, according to the track, you will have the possibility to select some different courses. And as you will notice, for some special tracks, we will suggest some choice. These choices will be suggested by us in order to give you the possibility to better complete the path that you decide at the very beginning to follow. In any case, all the students will have the possibility to have 6 credits of free choice courses, where you may select different courses for all the different tracks that we are proposing to you in our master degree. Finally, we will ask you to conclude your master with a thesis, with a master thesis that can be organized into different ways. The first one is a thesis that is composed of 30 credits, that is a kind of one semester, and this thesis is usually done in Politecnico or in a different research laboratory together with us. The second possibility is doing your thesis and one stage in a company. That's why you will have a 12 credits stage plus 18 thesis in a company, where you will have the possibility to perform this final experience in a company different than in Politecnico. Now, which are the different specialization tracks that we are proposing to you? Well, here you have the list of all of them. Okay, those are organized as it appears in our page, in Politecnico page. And then let me give you some brief information about every one of them. The first one, alphabetically speaking, is artificial intelligence and data analytics. In this interesting track, you will learn how to deal with big data information and getting this huge amount of information, being able to extract appropriate conclusions about this, and having different processes that will allow you to better classify, for example, this information. In this particular track, you will learn about machine learning and artificial intelligence. As you may notice, there are some courses that will be mandatory for this track, such as advanced machine learning, but you have other courses that you will decide to select later, as you may notice on this slide. The second specialization track is automation and intelligent cyber physical system. In this particular track, students will study what is a robust control, for example, and will get the basics for automation and robotics. Taking particularly interest in cyber physical system and aerospace applications. Again, as you may notice, there are some courses such as robotics and software architecture for automation that are mandatory courses, and some suggested choices that we will propose to you in the next semester. The new track that we will open this year, and we kindly ask you to follow this if this is interest to you, is bio and health informatics. This track will provide to you the main information related to biology from the point of view of a computer engineering, in order to give you the most of the information related to bioinformatics. Of course, you will need some knowledge about medicine and life sciences. That's why on this course, we will have 2 new courses related to bioinformatics and introduction to the life science technologies. In this course, you will have at the end some specialized machine learning courses that will give you the possibility to complete your path related to bio and health informatics. The next track is computing and network infrastructure. In this particular track, we will show you how to deal with distributed systems, learning, for example, what do we mean by cloud computing and geographic networks. In this case, as you know, we will require to distribute the computation of the different processes, and we will show you how to do this kind of particular applications. There are some new courses in this track, and then there are some courses that have been updated in the last year. For example, software networking and cloud computing technologies. As you notice, again, there are some free courses that we suggest to you on this particular case. In the next track, that is the embedded system track, we have the possibility to deal with a full embedded system from the hardware and software point of view, selecting the different elements that will compose an embedded system. But we will not only focus on the actual application that this embedded system will perform, but also with different aspects that are very important for embedded systems, such as reliability, performance, and power consumption, for example. There are many courses here that are related to this. And for example, in the last year, we introduced also a cybersecurity course for embedded systems that are very relevant, a very important topic in the last years. Graphic and multimedia is the next track. Well, you will have the possibility, for example, for having all the information related to gaming and virtual reality. And we will have the possibility to learn how to perform the rendering of different models and systems. And you will also study the basics about audio and video in order to create system related to this topic. There are some courses that are in Italian and in English in this course, such as computer animation and virtual reality. And there are other courses that we will suggest to you, such as GPU programming and game design. The next course, the next track, that is the seventh one, is the one that is mainly related to software. In this particular case, students will learn how to manage a complex software system from the different point of view. For example, scalability and large-scale software and management of these really complex software systems. There are different courses such as formula language and compilers, software engineering, and mobile application development. These courses, as you will see, will give you the possibility to handle a really complex software system. These are the very different tracks that we are proposing to you. As you notice, we try to cover some of the different aspects in the computer engineering theory, but we will not be able to cover all of them. In any case, we will give you also the possibility to select, if this is your idea, different mobility program through the Erasmus programs that are subscribed by Politecnico di Torino. Currently, we have more than 150 different opportunities, as you notice, being placed around the world, in Europe, in Americas, all the Americas, and also in different countries in Asia and Africa. At the end of the process, by sure, following one of the different tracks, you will have the possibility to continue your life by selecting a job, for example, and according to the track that you follow, you will have different possibilities. As you notice, there are different possibilities that are related to any one of the different tracks that we are proposing to you. And for any one of these possible qualification engineers, you will have different opportunities in different companies, in different universities, and so on and so forth. In addition, let me mention that at the end of the master degree here in Italy, there is also the possibility to perform a PhD program, and this is an additional academic career that will last for 3 years that you will be able also to follow if you complete your master degree. Just for giving some information about the some of the last year's statistics, we noticed that according to the European Commission here in the European Union, by 2013, it seems that we will need in Europe about 8 million of ICT specialists. ICT specialists are mainly provided for computer engineering master degrees, such as the one we are proposing to you here. Then it seems that we will have the necessity to create a lot of different master degree professionals in order to cover all these necessities in the European industry. Of course, this situation is really similar in other places around the world. Then we consider that there is a possibility to have a interesting outcome at the end of your master careers here in Politecnico di Torino. Just for showing you, those are some of the companies that propose some contracts to some of our previous students. And then you may notice that here we have very, very different companies, for example, Facebook, Apple, but very different companies related to hardware, such as ARM, Infineon, and so on and so forth. Here, I suppose you may find every one of the companies that you may have in mind when you are starting to study a master degree in computer engineering. And then I hope you will join us the next semester and enjoy our university and also our city. Here you may have some additional information. Notice that you can write us every time you want. Here you have the information about our email, but if you want more timely information, you can also subscribe to our Telegram group, where some of the professors involved on this will try to answer to your many questions in a more faster way. Well, with this, I conclude my presentation. I will stop recording here, and then I will open the possibility to answer to your questions. Okay, give me a second.